Hey, what is up, guys? This is Daniel with Fantasy Boom. Welcome to our Predict Picks video for September 6th. Week one of NFL officially starts tomorrow. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up right below. Help us support the channel. When you guys like and subscribe to our channel, we really appreciate that. It helps us out a lot. And, just give us a little thank you for putting together research for these picks. So, yeah, don't forget to do that. Like you guys, I'm super excited that NFL is finally here. Been waiting for this for quite a long time. We've been getting a lot of messages from some of our followers asking why we haven't been uploading content. Well, the reason is, MLB is not really my thing, and I didn't want to be putting out, bullshit picks for you guys. So I just didn't put any picks out there at all. I hope you can appreciate that. But now NFL is here, and we are ready to get started. If you are new to this, this is Predict Picks. So instead of rostering 8 or 9 guys under a salary cap, you pick any 2, 3, or 4 players and choose whether or not they're going to go over or under their projected Draft King point total. If you are new, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm going to show you guys how you can get a free pick 3 to win $25. Everyone else, if you are seasoned, welcome, and let's get right to it. So as you probably already know, tomorrow's game is with the Falcons and the Eagles. This game is going to be in Philadelphia. The newly crowned Super Bowl champ Eagles are going to start their defense. And I expect this game to actually have a decent amount of scoring to it. For those of you who followed last year, you would know that the Falcons' playoff bids were ended when they lost to the Eagles in week 17 or so. Let's actually look that up. So 19. So this is when Julio Jones dropped a wide open touchdown pass in the end zone, and that effectively ended their season. They went out like a bunch of bitches, just to keep it real. And I know the Falcons haven't forgotten that. So they have a lot to prove, and I expect them to come out swinging in this game here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all 12 of these picks, because why not? And I'm going to tell you guys which plays I like most when I'm done going through them all. And so let's get right to it. So first up, we got Julio Jones. Julio Jones, his projection is at 15 Draft Kings points. We all know he's one of the top, 5 receivers in the NFL. Dude is good. The problem that we ran into last week with Julio Jones, last year with Julio Jones, is that he went multiple weeks just really quietly. He didn't have many targets. He didn't put up very much in the way of stats. But Julio Jones is on a record saying that he feels his healthiest this year for the first time since 2015. His coaches and teammates have commented how this is the most explosive he's looked in the last couple of years. Now, I know sometimes you have players always saying that, kind of hyping their guys up, but I can't help but believe the man. And I actually am liking Julio Jones to go over 15. Now, this is a pretty high projection, as we obviously already know. Since this is PPR scoring, catches do count as a full point. But this is Julio Jones. I expect Matt Ryan to come out like a roaring tiger, and I expect him to go and try to find his man early and often and prove a point. So I actually like Julio Jones to go over 15 in this matchup. And yeah, okay. I got some stats on the board that I was taking a peek at. Next, we got Nick Foles. He is projected at 15. I like him quite a bit to go over. The Eagles have the number 1 ranked offensive line in football. They were good last year. They got even better, and they are completely healthy. So with the number 1 line and top 5 in running and top 5 in pass protection, Nick Foles should have all day to sit back there and throw the football. Now, the Falcons defense isn't very good. And for the year, they gave up, on average, the Falcons gave up 17.4 DraftKings points to opposing quarterbacks. So obviously it's last year's data, but the Falcons on paper didn't really get any better. So, being that this is to start the year, obviously we need to start somewhere. So we're going to utilize last year's stats and lean on those a little heavier. I like Foles to go over. The one thing about Foles is that he he spreads the ball around a lot. Okay, so although he probably won't be targeting one person individually, he's going to be spreading the ball around. So I like him to perform really well in that pocket and like him to go over this 15 here. Devonta Freeman, his total is at 11. Those of you who watch football know that he's in a timeshare with this guy here, Tevin Coleman, and it's about 60-40, give or take. The thing that Freeman has going for him in this game is that A, he gets targeted out of the backfield by Matt Ryan, and B, he is involved enough with the offense that he's never really completely out of it. Last year, he went over this 11-point projection in every game but 4. And as you know, you got the 16-game regular season, 17-game regular season, and then the playoff games. That's actually a pretty good track record. So I like Devonta Freeman to go over this number tomorrow just because he's going to be involved in the offense. And from my angle, this camera doesn't look like it's loading, so you probably won't be able to see my beautiful face. So whatever. Jay Ajayi, his total is 11. Personally, I don't like him. I think he's a bit overrated as a running back. Now, personal feelings aside, the Eagles said that they're moving forward as if he is going to be the number 1 running back and as if he's going to get all the carries. Now, does that mean he's going to get all the carries? No, it's not a guarantee. But the fact that they're saying that and they gave him all the touches and all the first team reps, we have to move forward assuming that they actually do feel that way. Now, it's the first game of the season, no Carson Wentz. I think there's a chance at home as well. I think there's a chance that they rely on the run a little bit more than they have in the past. And if that's the case, he's going to go over this number fairly easily. He has this. I mean, who's his backup? Some guy. I don't even remember the guy's name. That goes to show you that if they really mean what they say, this guy can go over this number fairly easily. So I'm leaning him over 11. I'm liking him over 11, even though I don't like him as a football player. I think he goes over 11 tomorrow. Matt Ryan, he is at a projection of 16 Draft Kings points. And like I said, I think the Falcons have a lot to prove, especially after losing and getting eliminated from playoff contention by these very same Eagles. I like Matt Ryan to handle his business tomorrow. He should get going fairly quickly. And the Eagles as a team gave up 15.4 DraftKings points per game to opposing quarterbacks. Matt Ryan had a down year last year. I think he has a good year this year and bounces back. This is a fairly decent spot, although the Eagles are fairly good on defense. They have one of the top 5 defenses here. I like Matt Ryan to go over with that, what's that called, narrative, with that narrative from last year. Nelson Aguilar, he is their de facto number 1 wide receiver since Alshon Jeffrey is out. And the Eagles were they were the 8th worst team to wide receiver 1s and the 6th worst team to wide receiver 2s last year. So using that data, obviously that means we should like Nelson Aguilar to make some noise and to get targets from Nick Foles. This isn't very much. I think he can go over this 10 without much of an issue. So I like him to go over 10 tomorrow. And then I'm going to jump right into his teammate here, Zach Ertz. Knowing that they treat Zach Ertz like a receiver in the amount of targets that he gets on a game-by-game basis, I like Zach Ertz to get a decent amount of targets. I think he can actually find the end zone today. And since this is PPR, so 1 full point per reception, it's not going to take much to go over at all. For Nelson Aguilar, we're talking 5 receptions, 60 yards. He's over. Zach Ertz, 4 receptions, 40 yards and a touchdown, and he's over. So I like Zach Ertz, and I'm leaning him over tomorrow just because he's such a big part of the offense. Skipping over, we talked about Coleman a little. Well, no, we didn't. Coleman, again, like his buddy up here, Freeman, Coleman went under 8 DraftKings points only 4 times last year. That's pretty good. He's involved in the offense. And again, Matt Ryan, I expect him to spread the ball around a little bit. And I like Tevin Coleman to go over. I think this game, Vegas total has it projected scoring around 45, 46 points or so. And I think it actually scores that. And if it does, you won't see any insane scores tomorrow. Like I don't think Julio Jones is going to have 38 DraftKings points, but I think everyone can do enough to get over. The numbers are not very high. Let me skip over the kickers for now. Mohamed Sanu, to start the year, last year, he got a lot of targets. I think like 8 targets, 7 targets, 3 targets, something like that. He got a lot of targets to start the year. And although I think he may be phased out of the offense with the arrival of Calvin Ridley, they love him opposite Julio Jones. This dude's still a vet, and he can get it done. I'm probably going to take him under. I don't like this play much at all. So if I played it, I played under. And then lastly, we got Mike Wallace. He's a new addition to the Eagles roster. He's projected for 8 DraftKings points. And again, he's not really a possession receiver. He's more of a deep threat, kind of boom or bust. And although I can see Nick Foles taking a couple shots downfield, I think the recipient of said shots would be Nelson Aguilar as opposed to Mike Wallace. So I also don't like this play, and I won't be playing it. But if I did play it, I'd lean under as well. And then lastly, we got these 2 kickers. Now, I think in this case, because I'm expecting a handful of touchdowns in this game from both sides, these guys may go under their projections. But on the same hand, if there's not as many touchdowns in this game, and if there's some rust maybe to start the season from both sides, and these guys are kicking 40, 50-yard field goals, they can definitely go over. So what I actually need to find out is if these guys are scored like DraftKings, 3 points for 30 yards, 4 points for 40 yards, and 5 points for 50 yards. So I'm going to find that out so I know for future videos. So that's my feelings about that. As far as my favorite plays, of the plays that I'm probably going to be playing most, that is going to be no, and no. So I'm probably going to be playing Jones, Foles, Ajayi, Ryan, Aguilar, Ertz, and Coleman. These are probably my favorite 7. I think these are all priced really, really fair, and there's some margin in there for us to really make some money there. So these are the plays I like. If you do not have an account for Predict Picks, it's super easy to get one. You go to predictpicks.com. As you can see here, they are in private beta mode. So that means you have to have an invite code to be able to get in and play. So click here where it says I was invited by a friend. Once on this screen, you enter your first name here, enter your last name here, email here, and then for your invite code, it's going to be 01283. Put in your password twice. Yes, you have to be 18 years old to play, and then sign up. On the next page, I'm pretty sure you will have to enter your phone number because you need to have that to play as well. Just for account purposes, I think a lot of people were really abusing this process, so they put that into place. So once you sign up, you get your free 3-player pick for free, and it's to win $25. So once you get in there, this is the board you see. You see this big board here. And to place that free 3-player pick, you pick any 3 guys. So my favorite from this game is, Jay Ajayi will go Coleman and Foles. These are probably my favorite 3 from this game. You click them and you hit this green button down here that says go. And then here on this page is when you choose who goes over and who goes under. So Nick Foles over, Jay Ajayi over, Tevin Coleman over. We like all of them over. Now down here in this amount, for you, it's going to say free. Okay, free. And then to win, it's not going to say 0, obviously. You get a free pick 3 to win $25. So it's going to say $25. So it'll say free to win $25. At that point, you hit confirm your entry, and you're in the money. That's it. And you sit back and root for your players. Any winning entries, if you win it, you get paid out that following morning at about 8 o'clock Central Time, give or take, right around there. It gets credited to your account, and you'll see that right up here, and you can cash out at any time you want. This is a much more fun version of fantasy, in my opinion. It's just you versus the number, and you just kind of put your expertise on it, and hopefully you win. So thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel because I'm going to be going nuts on NFL this season. Stay tuned for this. There should be another video on our channel that'll have gone up right before this video on what to expect as far as the NFL schedule and us posting video content moving forward every single week. We're going to be posting content for every single slate. That's that. And don't forget, we have a Facebook group, a private Facebook group that we're doing for our followers. And the reason why we're going to do that is because sometimes we have late picks or a player will get moved since these picks are dynamic and they don't stay the same. They do move according to who's betting them. We want an easier way to update everyone on what we're doing. So click the link below to join the private Facebook group. And in there, you'll get all the updated picks for NFL and for college football because we're going to be doing that as well. All right. That's what I got for today, guys. This video is a bit long, but get used to it because for moving forward for NFL, we're going to be breaking down every single pick. And starting on Sunday, I'm going to be grading every single pick with a 1, a 2, and a 3 star. So you guys have a lot to look forward to. I'm excited to be back. And NFL, I have missed you. Come into my arms. Let's do this. All right, guys. That's all I got. See you guys later.